So, so with all that going on, right? So what is your morning routines? What did your morning habits look like?
Oh, I definitely have come to realize I start off with a little bit of time to myself.
Mm,
I have to just sort of just center.
mm,
And it looks like different things all the time, just some days it's just being able to just have a coffee and a cigar in the morning. Those are like, it's my maybe like some of my Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings when I don't have the kids. Um, or sometimes I don't know if you follow my girl Marsha Shackelford. She does yoga. She does this morning yoga on her Instagram platforms. So I sometimes just kind of join in. I might not follow everything, but just to sort of have her do a guided breathing and meditative sort of session that sort of just grounds me just a little bit. I've just now started to just sort of start writing down lists in the morning. And sometimes it's a list of, sometimes it's a huge to-do list. Sometimes it's just like, I'm really grateful for this little doodle that Gabe has in my book over here, and I'll just draw around that. Just taking a little bit of time, carving out a little bit of time for me has served me very well in the past few months. Continuing to sort of recharge has served me well. That's part of that. And then, just always looking, and the emails, communication, like with phones are always going off. It's always an email that I need to look at. There's always a text message that came through late last night. And developing some boundaries around that has been super helpful. And lots of phone calls. Like, the mornings always start off with either a conference call on a Monday, or just or a call to, it's either a conference call on Monday that we're that we're all on together with me and Michael, or just I'm calling him to like sort of map out our day. So then we communicate with each other, just, okay, the kids are this, like, this is what I need from you tomorrow. These are what the things, so like we can sort of coordinate and stay organized. After that, we definitely lately I've been going to visit some accounts during the afternoon. So the other day, I'm ashamed to say, but I was over at the Beverly in Glenwood. Mario, who used to own 255 on Peter Street, had opened it up. It's been out there for like about 3 years or so. And, we presented Sun Goddess wines to him, and without just in a moment's notice, he was like, let's pick it up, let's bring it in, let's sell it. So, just visiting all these different restaurant tours amidst this pandemic, and just sort of talking to them and seeing how I can support, and just gaining some insight from them, like sort of offering some resources. And we've been having some great conversations throughout the weeks and with some great entrepreneurs, which always feeds my soul. And then the new idea, and then comes Dona and that creative, like, craziness, right? Like, oh, we should do this, we can do this, we can do this, we can pull this person in. And then everybody's like, yo, slow down, like, write this shit down and just shoot me an email, bro, like, so that way we can kind of follow your thoughts. Then we kind of wrap it, we pick up our kids. I definitely spend just maybe 3 days out the week I'm down there, like, just with them, and then 3 days out the week they're with me. So just mapping all of that out. And then at some point or the other, like, again, like, I have to consciously take time to make sure I eat, make sure, like, because that's always, you heard of all of this list of all these things. I'm like, oh yeah, eating, drinking a smoothie, making sure I'm hydrated. But my girls are super dope. They're just like, yo, drink your water, like, take a hey, I picked up a multivitamin for you. So, my community is great. Just we all kind of take care of each other, but that's what my routine kind of looks like. And then, oh God, and then my events. And then, every Tuesday night yesterday I had an event over at the Beverly. Tonight where I'm co-hosting, it's actually Aaron, I can drop names, but there's industry leaders that sort of like are spearheading the initiative, and I support ancillary by bringing them Sun Goddess, doing the cigar smoking, and it's in what we deem to be safely operated spaces, which is also important, right? Like, I can't take full response. Like, yes, we're out here hosting events in the middle of a pandemic at restaurants in public settings. Yes, we're going to continue to do that. It's a food and beverage. Like, this is our bread. This is how this is our bread and butter, right? Like, you cannot tell any restaurateur to stay at home and collect any type of monies the government's sort of getting in. All that shit is on hold right now. Secondly, restaurateurs are not just responsible for themselves and their households. They're responsible for these bartenders, servers, barback, chefs, line cooks, homeless people that we employ, like, people off the streets that we employ to do little tasks for us. And just we develop, like, we're the ones, I feel like the restaurant hospitality scene is what I feel like is just going to sort of forge things forward. So when it comes down to and so that's why politics is really important for us as well, right? Like, it's important for our government to know that resources need to be when they talk about that big bailout for food and beverage scene for restaurateurs, that's freaking important. We are out here because we don't have an opportunity. We don't have the option to stay home. We are out here because we don't have a different opportunity. We're out here because let me tell you something. These landlords are not giving anybody breaks on their leases. You will hear that from restaurateur after restaurateur after restaurateur and bar owners and growler shop, liquor store. They they can sit on the property. They own it. They own shopping centers. They own, just these shopping centers, like, those stuff that all these Kroger's on, they've got 22 of them across the country. They can sit on it. They're good. They got all the loans. They got the money. They're the ones making and developing law. You know what I mean? So it's really important for us to be involved and for us to make our voice heard on what our needs are, and for us to really sort of be involved at a higher level. It's not just voting. You have to go beyond the vote.